The Wolf and the Moon. Raiden, Night Shadow. Somewhere in a small village, where life is normal at the most of the part of the people who live there, all of them do their work and their part of everyday life. If you would visit this town, you would like that place. All the villagers are the kind to all who pass by. They are surrounded by an old and dense forest. You can sense the power of the forest effect on the villagers. They are always good mood, friendly faces, and no single villagers are unhappy. But there lives one young girl whose life isn't normal as the rest of the villagers. By day she's a normal kid, playing with the other kids, drawing and writing stories, what is her ultimate favorite hobby. Her parents believe that she will become a writer when she grows up, but there's one thing that even her parents didn't know. You may ask, what is so special about this girl? Well, let me tell you about it. Every night, when everyone else is sleeping, she goes out, quietly, out from her house outside of the village, to the forest. There, in her secret place, where no one else than she ever has stepped on, is a big rock, and standing on that rock, she raises her head into the night sky. She smiles at the stars, wondering if there is someone who watching her, or is it just silly to smile for the stars. When the moon gives lights to her, she turns to the wolf. The wolf looks at the moon and lowers her head to show her respect to the moon, which she sees is her loyal friend, and she leaves into the forest. In the forest, the wolf walks wherever her heart tells her to go. There is a pleasure in the pathless woods. There's rapture in the lonely shore. In this forest is society where none introduces her on her lonely walk. Every night she sees something new and exciting, the things that do not exist in day life. There are so many little creatures that you can see on the night, daylight, summer or winter. There are also those who are so little no eye can see, and those who don't want to be seen. Wolf sat down and started to watch and study these little creatures. She sees a small spider walking up the tree. It has a red heart in its body, but even though it's just a little one, it sure is fast. When she saw it, and just like that, it already has gone away. Who knows where?
I wonder how those small creatures see us, who are much taller than them. Do they feel the same way as we when we look into the night sky?
She thought. Wolf looks at the branch and sees a bird singing there. It's completely black, but its head is blue and its eyes are yellow. Somehow she could see a small candle in its eye, which reminds her of her home. The candle what is on her window, burning alone till it's burned out. That brings small sadness to her eyes, trying not to cry as she keeps her head up. She looks up to the stars. She couldn't ever count all of them. It was impossible. Even if she could start it, she would be only confused. Still, there was something unspeakable mightiness in those stars. The way they look, and how those were in the night sky. There's beauty of all the things she sees, the forest, the creatures, and the stars. But still, she feels like she's missing someone, which is slowly killing her. She feels like there's someone who's far away, but still in her heart. Who this is, she couldn't tell. Then she hears the howling. She has heard this howling before, and every night it has come closer to her. First it was far away, like from another country, but now it was closer. It makes her heart pulse faster, like the one she's waiting for was coming to her. This was the reason why she always came back, what kept her awake. Something she couldn't break free. Night after night, she came back after another night walk, reaching the end of the line. Perhaps this was the reason why she turned the wolf every night. She looked at the moon. Perhaps this other wolf who was howling was really the reason.
The moon. I wish I had answers. Why this happened. I wish I could see the one who is calling me. But I'm just a small wolf, a girl, under the moon's light.
She thought. But every night, after hearing the howling, she waited for a short time and nothing happened. No another howling came. That was the time when she turned back to home. Every morning, she wrote down the things she saw in the night and drew those creatures and told everyone that she saw those in her dreams. She could hear from the wind someone whisper, "I wish I could forgive you. I wish I could forget. I wish the moonlight never brought me here. 'Cause now, that same light wants you dead."
If only you could see me now. If only you could hear me. You would believe there is nothing I wouldn't do to have you here with me, to share this night together. Same as always.
She thought and was about to leave, but just when she was about to turn, other howling came. She froze. This was not something she was expecting. Something she never saw coming. She was waiting for this moment but didn't know what to do. She turned the way where she believed the sound came. She looked around her, hoping that she could hear it again. And there it was again. She started running as fast as she could run, not knowing how long her wolf appearance would last. But more importantly, now she heard it coming more than once. It had to mean something. She ran as fast as she could. There was a chance she would never hear it again. She had to go right direction first time, or it would be all for nothing. For her luck, she heard it again. Majestic howling, coming right in front of her. She was right. It was now or never.
Stay just a little longer.
She thought to herself, but she knew that the time was running out. She put her last strength to run. She didn't care what happened to her left or right. She wanted to see that wolf, and nothing would stop her. She saw something standing right in front of her a couple feet away.
There!
She thought and had not interest in stopping now. She ran straight from the wolf who was standing in front of her. She stopped her running, trying not to crush it in. She saw this male wolf standing there, not even moving its eye. It started there like it was frozen. She could see that the wolf's right eye was scarred. Eyes were red as blood, fear as black as the night. She looked at him a little confused, but when the wolf looked at her, she was scared. Her heart was pulsing faster. Black Wolf looked at her deep in her eyes and saw innocent happiness, hope, and delight. She was a little scared and confused, but still she felt safe around this wolf. Dark Wolf looked at the tree where the eagle was sitting. She noticed the eagle, and she was even more confused. Was the eagle with the wolf? Eagle screamed at one time. And soon, something scary came out of those shadows. It looked like the human, but it was everything else than a human. Whatever was under dark purple robe had on left hand a hourglass and right a scythe. Both hands were like skeletons, but everything was dark purple. She couldn't see the face under the hood. The creature walked in the middle of the wolf and an eagle. Wolf was its right and an eagle on its left. Girl Wolf didn't feel like she needed to run. She felt calm and peaceful around them. The creature walked in front of her. It put the hourglass on the ground and touched her head. And in that moment, she turned it back to herself. She looked at her hands. She couldn't believe what just happened. The creature took an hourglass back and turned it away. Girl saw it to turn it back.
Hey! What happened?
She asked. The creature stopped.
You are now free from the moon's curse. You will be able to live your normal life once again. If I didn't take this away from you, you would turn out the wolf completely. You will not be able to turn back to a human ever again,
It said. She was in shock. She was just saved from the curse.
How can I ever thank you?
She said happily.
There is no need. We do what we must to save others from a curse that is upon us.
It said. The girl could not understand.
What do you mean?
Me, an eagle, and a wolf are the one and the same. We walk around the world looking for peace from the curse that is on us, finding peace from the demons from our head, killing the beast inside of us, trying to find the way to set us free and be the man we once were, and find the life we once lost.
It said and walked away.
There weren't many who have seen us or heard us. This secret has been told only for a few, and even less have been told the meaning of it.
It walked past the wolf and eagle, and those follow it. Girl watching their leaving, she could hear the wind, someone saying, I've got to leave it all behind me. All the pain that surrounds me. I want to kill the beast under my bed, fighting the demons in my head. I've got to set myself free, be the man I want to be. I'll better change, or I end up dead. I cry out for freedom. I try to break free from my chains, chasing the ghost from my past, killing the demons in my head, to find the love that I once had. Good night, my love. The end.